So, good morning everyone, we're in Murcia. It's coming overcast now. It's been very hot this morning. I was up at gone 5 and yeah, the beautiful kingfisher. So I'm here anyway. I'm here in the plaza, and like I said, we're here very early, but we normally don't come into Murcia very early because it's just that hot. And the sun here, you know, if you take your shirt off and you walk in this sun for 5 minutes, you might think you're safe, and then you'll be burnt to smithereens. And it's really dangerous, guys, the sun here, because it's very hot. And you have to think, we've got no music in Murcia for some reason. It's quite dark and light on this camera, so we've got no music. You know, it's normally music all the time. So because there's quite a lot of music, you know, it's very hard to do a YouTube video. And I would have actually liked to have a walk around and do a proper video at Murcia, probably a 2-part or a 3-part video, because I won't have the storage. So when I actually managed to get into Murcia, and Joveline's not actually, well, Joveline's actually sat here in the plaza, hopefully one day I can actually get round and do a proper, that might be better, I don't know if you can see me, you know, do a proper video. So like I said, I hope everyone's fine and taking care. And when I get back to UK, thinking about what to do, where will I stay? Probably in an old car or a cardboard box in the forest, who knows? But the outcome will actually become okay, I can tell you that for now. So, you know, have a great day there back in Europe, wherever you are in the world, and thanks for all the support and the good words and the odd lousy little word off some of you lousy little blighters. But you're forgiven, because I know you can't help yourselves. So, how nice is that? We're in Murcia. Have a beautiful day. Well, I'm sitting here in the plaza, knocking on past 12 now. And this lady has actually just come up to chat to me. She's got no teeth, probably a few teeth, and she's got this piece of paper. And on this piece of paper, it doesn't look very well, it looks like a little baby, you know, with all tubes. And I said, oh no, she asked for money. I says, no, I'm sorry, I don't have any money. How old are you? Where are you from? And I thought, here we go, and I actually told her. And then I says, I'm sorry, I'm stuck here, you know, I don't have any money whatsoever on me, which I don't. Joveline has a little bit of money on her, and she does a shop. I do not have any spending money whatsoever, not one peso. And I told her the situation, but you know, I couldn't fly back to England, and I was actually stuck here. Oh, she thought that were very funny. Hello.
Hi.
It's that way.
Hi.
Hi. Right, so she thought it were very funny, and off she went, chuckling away. She like run off. She like run away, laughing, thinking of very funny. And I thought, it's probably a scam, and I've had that scam before. And thing is, I actually knew the girl, and I knew the girl for quite a long time here in the Philippines. And she sent me the same picture, you know, with all the baby with tubes. And you know what they do is they get a baby, which is bad. There is some really bad swines, bad people here, you know, not just here in England, all over the world, but there's some bad people, and they will prey on you. And you know, I mean, if I'd had a bit of money, I'd have probably gave her a bit of money. But you know, I thought that were quite bad, you know. Like I said, I knew a girl that did the same, and it turned out the baby just had asthma, and she said she were in the hospital and all sorts. And I actually found out she wasn't in hospital. She just got some tubes, you know, and she was at home, and the baby had asthma. and she wasn't that bad anyway. And this old lady's just come up with a picture. Oh, my brother's in trouble, and well, you know, if your brother's in trouble, why are you showing me a picture of a little baby? So, you know, I understand, you know, if somebody's poor, give them a little bit of money, give them a donation. But, you know, when they're scamming in a bad way, it's just not very good at all, is it? Let's be honest. So I actually thought that were a bit crazy. But you do get beggars in here early in the morning, scammers, and a lot of these guys have actually got quite a lot of money. You know, because people give them donations, they give them money, so they've got quite a lot of money. And especially, you know, if they're Bajau, wow, they've got big houses, big cars, you know, because they've just got that much money. So, simple as that, really. Have a great day, take care. You know, what's going to happen next? Right, we're here in the plaza, guys, and thank you very much. Boko shake, absolutely lovely. Nearly damn choked. So, thank you very much. And I have also what Jovelin's just bought me. Got a sandwich. So it's an egg sandwich, you've got cheese on it. So thanks for everyone that helps support. Thanks for the food. Thanks for the little sandwich. It's a little sandwich, but it's a big help. And like I said, thank you very much. Have a great day, guys. We're here in the plaza, and we are very lucky today to actually have a sandwich and some Boko shake. So thumbs up. Thank you very much, guys. Please like, please subscribe, and like I said, I can't thank you enough. Have a beautiful day. Hi guys, good afternoon. You know, like I said, we do appreciate the support. So thanks to everyone that actually supports. Thank the Lord. So we're here now, and I'm going to have a walk around because Jovelin's chatting to a friend. So luckily I managed to have a little walk around Murcia, but I will actually do a proper video on Murcia, then you guys can actually see from one side to the other. And I ride it on the motorbike when I get some time, and I get Jovelin to hold the camera. So you can actually see all what Murcia is. And thank God for the plaza. So I'm walking through the plaza, and I thought I'll have a quick walk around plaza, and then I'll have a walk around town, or the other way around, I can't remember. Now I've spotted this, it's a bitter fruit, and it looks like there's 2 or 3 plants, and these guys that are working here in the plaza, they've grown a bitter fruit, so they must have put a few seeds in. They must have gone and got a bitter fruit, eat the bitter fruit and put some seeds in. And this is in the plaza, look. And I had a good look at it, and I thought, I thought it were really funny. And it is really a good bitter fruit plant. And I thought it were really funny with it being where it is. And then the guy came walking round, and he was looking at me and watching me, and he was smiling. He seemed a friendly guy. And I think every time somebody probably walks past, they watch the beloved plant to make sure no one's going to damage it or pinch the bitter fruit. So, it just goes to show you can just grow vegetables, fruit, anywhere you like. And that's what I thought today. I thought, well, I'm bored, I've got nothing to do. I'm here now in Concilian, and what I might do is, hey, see this lorry driver, look. Absolutely spectacular. Motorbike's not stopping, but the lorry driver stopped, and he let these people cross the road. Like I said, there's a lot of good lorry drivers, and a lot of, people do not give way when there's a crossing there as well, guys, just further down, not so far down, and people, they try to cross, the cars don't stop. A lot of cars don't stop, and a lot of the lorries don't stop, and this is a crossing. and it has to have a guard on it to cross the school kids, because people just don't stop. The school kids will cross, and I'm talking little kids, and cars and motorbikes just fly past, which really gets me mad. So that's Jovelyn chatting to a friend. So while she's chatting to a friend, I'm just going to have a little walk around Murcia, and it's not such a big walk, and I'm up in the, can't think of the name now. I remember I'm across from the new food place. Trying to think the name of this place. Grand. I'll remember it later, I'm sure. Anyway, I like to stand up here when it's rush hour, and it gets a little bit crazy. This is a crossroad, and on this crossroad, it just gets mad. You get people flying around, flying across, and you nearly get quite a lot of accidents. And, it's really funny just to stand and watch, So now I've left, I've only been there a few minutes, and I thought, well, I'll go and have a walk around the market, and that's what I'm doing now. So you can see it's a voiceover, and it would be lovely if I could actually walk around and actually chat. Now, I've just been talking to Jovelyn. I said it'd be really nice if I could actually, walk around and you could hear my real voice, walking around and seeing what I'm actually talking about. Hello there, miss. And all these guys are friendly, they always say hello. And, I'm watching this lady here, these girls here, hello, and this girl here, she's cleaning up. Now, we're having a good laugh and a joke, and it looks like she's a one-hand cleaner, and she does a little bit of cleaning, and we're all having a good laugh, and that's what I thought. It was really nice. Sooner or later I will actually get some type of voice, can't think of the name, where it deactivates the background noise, and you can actually hear most of the sounds, or the people actually saying hi and hello. It would be nice. So I'm sure that'll come. So I don't know what I'm chatting about now here in the plaza, but unless you're good at lip reading, but like I said, it would be nice, and I'm sure I can do that. But like I said, thank you very much, guys, for all the support. Thank God, like I said, really, really do appreciate it. And it would be nice if you could subscribe to Jovelyn's channel. It does help her, and maybe give some motivation. And I think sooner or later I'm gonna go live, and I'll let you guys know. The reason I am actually monetized, but I cannot get paid money. YouTube cannot run ads on my videos till I actually get back to England and monetize the channel like I said, basically just fill the form in so everything's hunky-dory, and it would be nice to do that when I get back to England. And I was thinking, where will I live when I get back to England? A cardboard